So continue with the same topic, that is Buddha spent many years in the company of saints, and finally one day when he was sitting under a Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, he was blessed with the divine light. After this, Siddhartha was known all over the world as Buddha, the enlightened one. He was also named by the name of Shakya Muni, which meant an ascetic of the Shakya tribe. Now, the most important teachings of Buddha. So, the Buddha's teaching have been reconstructed from stories. Although some stories described in miraculous power, others suggest that the Buddha tried to convince people through reason and persuasion, rather than through displays of supernatural power. For instance, when a grief stricken woman whose child had died came to the Buddha, he gently convinced her about the fact of death rather than bringing her son back to life. These stories were narrated in the language spoken by ordinary people so that these could be easily understood. So, according to Buddhist philosophy, the world is transient and constantly changing. Like it is also soulless, as there is nothing permanent in it. Within this transient world, sorrow to human existence, it is by following the path of moderation between severe penance and the self indulgence that human being can rise above these worldly troubles. In the earliest form of Buddhism, whether or not God existed, the Buddha regarded the social world as the creation of humans rather than of divine origin. Therefore, he advised kings to be human and ethical. Individual effort was expected to transform social relations. The Buddha emphasized individual agency and righteous action as the means to escape from the cycle of rebirth and attain like self realization and nibbana, literally the existing of the ego and desire, and thus end of cycle of suffering from those who renounce the world. According to Buddhist tradition, his last word to his follower were, be lambs unto yourselves, as all you must work out your own liberation. Then the followers of Buddha, soon these grew a body of disciples of the Buddha, and he founded a Sangha, an organization of monks who too became teachers of Dhamma. These monks lived simply, possessing only the essential things for survival, such as a bowl to receive food once a day from, and as they lived on alms, they were known as bhikkhus. Initially, only men were allowed into the Sangha, but later, women who also came to be admitted. So, according to Buddhist text, this was made possibly through the meditation of Anand, one of the Buddha's dearest disciples, who persuaded him to allow women into the Sangha. The Buddha's foster mother, Mahapajapati Gautami, was the first woman to be ordained as a bhikkhuni. Many women who entered the Sangha became teacher of Dhamma and went on to become theories or respected women who had attained liberation. The Buddha's followers came from many social groups. They included king, wealthy men, and Mahagatis, and also humbler folk, workers, slaves, and craft persons.